What if the exact thing we spend our entire lives trying to avoid is actually the secret currency of achievement? Consider one of history's greatest minds. Before he revolutionized physics, Albert Einstein was a struggling patent clerk who faced constant academic rejection. Or take college basketball's legendary coach. John Wooden endured nearly 3 decades of devastating losses before capturing his first national championship at age 54. Welcome back to Summarypedia, the channel where we distill the world's best nonfiction so you can learn faster and lead better. Today, we are cracking open How to Get a Return on Failure by leadership expert John C. Maxwell. If you are an entrepreneur, a recovering perfectionist, or paralyzed by a massive setback, this episode is built exactly for you. Psychologically, we are wired to view mistakes as dead ends. When a project collapses or an idea falls flat, we naturally internalize that loss and assume our identity is permanently branded by the failure. Maxwell redefines the very reality of failure. He views a setback as success in progress, a compounding investment that yields a return as you collect data and gain experience. To actually collect that return, we have to stop treating success and failure as entirely separate destinations. In reality, they are two sides of the exact same process. You will make brilliant decisions, and you will make terrible mistakes. The goal is to manage the emotional weight of both outcomes simultaneously, so neither one takes you off course. When things do go wrong, managing that emotional weight requires practical analysis. You have to perform a mistake autopsy to separate the constructive losses from the destructive ones. First, you look for the symptoms of a bad miss. This happens when you immediately start making excuses, or when you willfully ignore the clear performance metrics showing that your current strategy is bleeding resources. Maxwell compares this to stepping in newly poured concrete. The longer you stand there refusing to acknowledge the mess, the harder the concrete sets, making it nearly impossible to pull yourself out. A good miss, on the other hand, means you took immediate action. You acknowledged the misstep, made rapid adjustments, and most importantly, the mistake happened while you were operating in your actual zone of strength, not blindly attempting something completely outside your skill set. Processing your mistakes as a good miss systematically compounds your assets over time. Ignoring them to create a bad miss guarantees a total loss of capital. To generate that long-term ROI, Maxwell relies on a specific mechanical engine, the cycle of improvement. This engine begins by framing your next idea as a test. You accept the fail phase as data. This pulls you into the learn phase to extract hard lessons. Finally, you improve, gaining the momentum to boldly re-enter the arena for another test. Running this engine has a high psychological cost. It requires a tremendous amount of humility. You have to get over yourself, drop your ego, and focus entirely on the big picture of who you want to become. This friction is a mandatory prerequisite for growth. You have to embrace the inherent value of doing hard things, knowing that the resistance you feel is exactly what builds the strength required for your next level of achievement. It all comes down to a stubborn commitment to the idea of again. As the legendary actor John Wayne once put it, you're gonna spend the rest of your life getting up one more time than you're knocked down, so you better start getting used to it. Ultimate achievement is not determined by raw, undeniable talent. It belongs to the person willing to run this loop of failure and improvement more times than anyone else. So why should you trust this deeply counterintuitive investment strategy for your own life? Because John C. Maxwell hasn't just theorized about leadership, he has lived it. With over 36 million books sold globally, he has been recognized as the world's top leadership expert by the American Management Association, training tens of millions of leaders across the planet. Turning these concepts into actual results requires following 4 specific patterns of behavior. First, view failure as a long-term investment. Second, keep success and failure together. They are sides of the same coin. Third, continuously run the cycle of improvement. And fourth, quickly transform bad misses into good misses by making adjustments. By adopting these principles, the fear of falling short loses its paralyzing grip. You no longer have to waste energy hiding your mistakes or defending your ego. This approach turns every misstep and rejection into capital deposited into your account, building the foundation for your future success. Thank you for watching this Summarypedia breakdown. If this video helped you rethink your last setback, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more insights that save you time and level up your leadership.